Welcome back to this series of videos. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the time management um, mindset, right? So, what I really want to focus here is the time management mindset for students taking the MCAT. And what's really more important here to mention is I'm not talking about you should probably studying 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or 20 hours a day. You should use Eisenhower matrix or you should use Pomodoro technique. I'm not going to tell you all of that because if that is something that you really wanted to do, you would have already been doing it. But because you're already not doing it, because all that stuff is already on the internet. So what I really want to do today is really dive deeper into the importance of time management. And when we actually manage our time, we prioritize our work, what that really means and what that really looks like. So then in this video, I'm actually going to chunk it down into 3 parts. The first is focus management. The second is energy management. And the last one is actually my favorite. So stick around for the last one because it's like ultimate favorite, right? And it's like the hack for productivity, which is the rest management. Not like the rest of it, but rest management. How you should manage effective rest for productivity. And if you want to know more about that, just stick around, okay? So let's get started with focus management. But it's just not about saying no to distractions, saying no to your friends. It's a lot more than just saying no and just keeping your distraction away. It's actually a lot more about what you actually do when you're working. Okay? How much you're actually there when you're working. What is your level of presence? What is your level of intensity? What is your focus when you're actually working, when you're actually studying? So on those lines, let me tell you something else. Your intensity of your focus is directly proportional to the value that you have of your task. If your task in your brain is valuable enough, you will have very high focus on that task. If your subconscious brain does not connect the value of that task, if you don't know, if you're learning chemistry, if you're learning organic chemistry, but you do not understand the value of getting a good grade in organic chemistry, you're not going to be focused on that subject. You're going to be like, it's okay. You're just going to let it go. And if you're having a hard time, you're not gonna give your extra best. You're not going to put in the extra effort because the value of that grade, it's not, or you don't value that grade enough. And then the value that you have on your grade, the value that you have on your task at hand is also directly proportional to the purpose that you have of your life. Is directly proportional to the connectivity you have with your goal. It's directly proportional to how you think or how you feel about that goal. If that goal is really important to you, you will make that connection of value to that subject, and then your focus on that task will be high. So if you really want to improve your focus, you really have to improve the connectivity that you have to your goal. That's what I'm really talking about. So here, use some questions to actually deepen up your connectivity with that goal. So use questions like, why medicine? Why only medicine? What are some of the values that you actually stand for? And how are they connected to medicine? What is your message? What is really your message? What are you trying to give out to the world? So when you use these questions, you get a deeper understanding of why you're actually learning so many hard things, why you're actually going through an MCAT, which is actually a very difficult process of an 8-hour exam. Move on to the second section of the video, which is energy management. And what does that really mean? It actually means doing your task intentionally and doing your task when you have more energy. Really being inspired when you have more energy during the day and doing your task, learning, performing, taking your test, putting in the work when you have high energy. Just do it. And just taking it slow when the energies are low. Take it slow when the energy is low. That's what really energy management means. So here are some of the things that I would not negotiate with if I'm really wanting to manage my energy and improve my focus and as a result get better at time management. So first thing you really want to learn. So the first habit is actually having a morning routine. So when you have a morning routine, you're able to connect what you're really doing to why you're doing it. You're able to connect why you're studying for the MCAT. And you're able to connect your priorities for the day. You're able to set your goals for the day. Second, start with smaller actions, right? So you don't, if you say you want to learn something in organic chemistry, you don't really want to think about learning the entire chapter in one day. What you really want to focus on is learning like one small topic per day, or as this habit gets installed in your system, you would automatically want to do more and more of that as you get better at it. Taking smaller actions every day builds the momentum. That is just the second habit that you really want to install. Just doing it, take a small habit and do it every day. Third point is something that I've already mentioned, just being consistent, right? If you're doing something, I don't really like to heavily focus on the technique that you should be using. I really like that you come up with the technique that works best for you. But here's the thing, just being consistent with what you really are learning, right? So if you're learning something, a small chunk of the material, maybe let's say half of organic chemistry, maybe just OChem 1, then just take about like 1 month to really nail it down and just study OChem 1 for that 1 month and being consistent with that material. And the fourth and the most important habit is self-reflection. If you're not reflecting on what you actually did well during the day, what could have been better, acknowledging yourself for actually taking smaller actions, then you're not building the momentum of bringing this new routine to life. So if you really want to bring this new routine to life, what you really want to dive deeper into is the habit of self-reflection. You want to reflect on your everyday, what you learned and what you did not learn. And I promise you that this is the game changer. This is the game changer. All right, so now we've come to the third section, my favorite section. And before we get in there, right, I just wanted to say we do have mindset sessions for students in their pre-med journeys, and we meet every week, 10 a.m. Tuesday, and the link for which I will attach in the description below. And you're most welcome to attend one of our live sessions where other students are also working on their mindset. So here we are, the third section, which is the rest management, my favorite section. Prioritizing my rest and making it as important as learning. And then came the process of actually trusting myself when I said I don't want to do it right now because I'm really tired, and trusting myself that I would actually do it later. Even when I have less energy, I would do it later because I said that. So that would actually really help me develop that trust within myself when I would actually do my things later because I said that. And I was able to give myself a little bit more flexibility in my routine, in my everyday tasks. And I was not like on a constant churning out of the material. So I was actually able to learn better and perform better. And if you're interested, so I'm actually starting an 8-week program starting the April 2025. And if you're interested in joining us in the mindset session that helps struggling MCAT aspirers feel better about their journey and not really get burnt out in the whole college process and in the process of actually preparing for MCAT, email me at the email linked down below, and I will see you guys on the other side. Bye now.